All right, so boom. This is our first video in a minute. I don't think we've ever had like a full on video, just like me and the cam. It's always been like a pod with other people or like a vlog with other people or an event with other people. So it's been like probably 2 months since last time I posted on here. I think it would have been New York. So probably two months ago, I think. But yeah, my life's just been super consumed lately with other things. So I kind of just wanted to clear things up with y'all and let y'all know why I haven't really been posting on YouTube that much. I'm super active on Instagram and TikTok. For those of you that may know, I, YouTube's just a lot longer form content for the most part, unless you're on shorts, and so it takes a lot more time to produce a video for YouTube. And I don't really have any. I'm not gonna make any excuses to why I haven't been posting, but I've just been going through some stuff personally. I've been super busy with client shoots, school, work, everything. So I kind of just want to fill y'all in and kind of just have like a one-on-one talk, almost like a one-on-one podcast with you guys. Obviously, I'm not talking with y'all, but I'm talking to y'all. And we're just gonna be going over some things just to, you know what I'm saying, just to clear some things up. So yeah, first off, I'm gonna try my best to start being a lot more active on YouTube. It's just posting as much as I do on other platforms. I've been week by week. I've been seeing a little bit more progress and a little bit more clicks, a little bit more views, and I guess I'm like getting a little bit of success. Not that I didn't have success before, but like I'm starting to get there, just the work's starting to pay off a little bit. It's Q4. We're having a lot of bookings. I don't know, just a lot of views are coming in, and a lot of people that I used to be friends with and I kind of grew up with are starting to come back, and that's cool and all, but it's kind of throwing me into like a little bit of a mental, like, not crisis. I don't know the word for it, but I've been kind of just stuck lately trying to figure out who's really in my corner, if that makes sense. Because I don't really rock with the ones that are just gonna come once they see that I'm getting views now, and like I'm starting my own clothing brand, which we gotta talk about that in a little bit too. Just like, you know what I'm saying, just stuff like that. If you weren't here from the beginning, then I don't really want you around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love my supporters and everything, but I don't know. I feel like when I was first starting my creator journey, I got a lot of fakeness, a lot of fakeness and a lot of haters. And now a lot of those people are trying to come back and be like real supportive. And, it's been tough trying to figure out what that even means to me, and how I want to handle that type of situation. So yeah, that's just one of the things that's been going on lately. What else? Clothing brand. I last talked about it publicly on the New York podcast, I believe. It's going great. It's going great. This is actually one of our shirts right here. This collared shirt. We have a blue and red one. It's over there. They're called Blueprint 94. We're probably not gonna ever release these, but there's a cool little sample for us to have. First ever sample. We've got a lot of other stuff in the works. So we're super excited to push stuff out. If you're not following us on Instagram yet, go follow us at Together Created on IG. We post probably every week, whether it's a concept or something about a piece of clothing. I don't know. We're super active on there, so definitely go follow. I've been putting out some crazy content on there. I actually just got back from a shoot. That's why I'm wearing the shirt. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in the works for the brand. I'm super excited for it. Me, DJ, and Tristan, we've been busting our asses, bro, trying to get this thing off the ground, and we're starting to see it a little bit. We're still in the beginning phases. We're just getting stuff sampled and finding the right manufacturers and trying to find like our niche and like what we want to create. But I think we've, for the most part, figured it out. We're going for very I guess you could say we don't really want to have a brand identity. Like, we want to have a brand identity in the sense that we don't have one. Like, we just want to be known for the ones that make just whatever they want. The most off the wall creative pieces you could think of, bro. Not even you could think of, like we will, type of thing. So, just things like that. So yeah, we're working super hard on that, and that's been taking up a lot of my time. But moving forward, a big reason why I'm making this video also is because wanted to talk about it and kind of, I guess, plan out how I want my personal brand and my personal identity to grow throughout these next couple of months. We're obviously gonna still be posting content. I've just been super wrapped up with a lot of things. So that's why I haven't been active on YouTube so much. But I'm looking to start posting more like realist things. Like y'all are gonna get a lot more insight on me and like my personal life. Not like too personal, but like my personal life. A lot of behind the scenes work for like the brand, and then also like me and like my personal brand with like videography and my filmmaking journey and all that stuff. It's gonna be a lot more like real content. Not that like all the content I've ever made has been genuine and it's real, and none of it's like it's all like genuine me and like my friends. But now it's gonna be like a lot more like just whatever I want to create, because that's the beauty of it at the end of the day is like these are my channels and people are going to choose to follow me or not to follow me. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter which one they choose because I'm still going to be doing what I love and I'm going to create whatever the fuck I want to. So whether that's going to be a vlog, a day in the life, a behind the scenes of a clothing brand shoot, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever I want to make, I'm going to put it out there from now on. Because I've been making a lot of stuff, but I haven't really been putting it out because like, I'm like, oh, well, I haven't really made videos like this in the past. So like, I don't know if they'll like it. It might not click with analytics. It might not perform good, just like things like that. Sprite cranberry, by the way, go get some. But yeah, I'm going to start pushing out a lot more content that's just whatever I want. It's not going to be based off of anybody else. It's just going to be strictly me and my creativity. And if I fuck with it, I'm putting it out. And I don't care if y'all don't like it. Because I'm going to like it. And that's what matters. But yeah, that's how things are going to be moving forward with my personal brand and just content for me in general. We've got a lot of big things in the works, so we're looking to get our brand. If we can get not these, but we have like a couple of collections that we're working on getting sampled right now. If we can get those wrapped up and potentially get a bulk, we're aiming to officially launch the brand like maybe January, February, and then maybe take a trip and do a pop-up or go to a pop-up and be in a pop-up like maybe June, July of 2026. So we're really trying to take our time with it, not like rush anything, and kind of just let everything just marinate and curate on its own, and whatever we see fit. So like if it comes that time of year and we still need time to come up with more creative pieces or whatever that may be, we're going to take our time with it. And if you guys follow the Instagram, you'll see we'll keep all updated, everything like that. We're gonna be we already are, but like we're gonna be super active on there, letting community know all sorts of things, updates, everything. So definitely go follow. But yeah, I recently bought my own car, which is crazy to think. Y'all have seen in my past videos, I used to drive an Audi. That was, my parents actually bought that car for me for my first car, and I'm very grateful for that, very appreciative. But it was a great car, too, up until probably my junior year of high school. This girl, like, crashed into it in the parking lot, and it ended up being, like, over 10 grand in damages. And then ever since then, it was just unreliable, and it wouldn't want to drive for more than maybe 45 minutes before it would break down. And I didn't post or talk about it too much, but like I used to have to cancel like a lot of shoots. Like I'd be on the way to Atlanta, I'd break down on the side of the highway. Like I wouldn't go home till 2 in the morning. It was terrible, terrible situation. So yeah, I fully went in on my own. Nobody helped me with it. I just bought my own car. It's a brand new Toyota Corolla. It's kind of like a lame car in some of y'all's eyes, but I love it, and it's gonna get me from point A to point B at the end of the day. And you know, on a shoot day, there's already like so many things that go through my mind when I'm like getting things ready for a shoot. Gathering my equipment, getting to the location, maybe picking up people. Like at the end of the day, my car should be the last thing I worry about or like stress about. So very glad and like grateful that I'm in the position I am right now and was able to just go and do that. I'm very grateful, but also I know that I worked incredibly hard to do that. So yeah, that's one thing that's also been consuming a lot of my time because I did not realize how much work goes into buying a car, but it was a great learning experience, to be honest. I had to do a lot of research about it, learn like a lot of negotiating skills. So it was just very like valuable knowledge and like a very good learning situation, I guess you could call it, for me as a person. What's it called though? Yeah, so that's I kind of just yapped a lot, but that was a big spiel about everything, and what I've been up to and why I haven't been super active on YouTube. But just to take a little bit of a curve and kind of make this feel like more of a podcast for you guys, not podcast, but like a one-on-one with you guys, I'm about to post on my Instagram and essentially ask you guys to ask me questions, and then I'm gonna come back to you guys in an hour in my time, but in y'all's time it'll be like 10 seconds. But yeah, I'm gonna ask them to send me questions, and I'm gonna answer them for you guys, and we're just gonna talk about it. All right. So it's been about an hour. I've given it a little bit of time. We've gotten a couple of questions. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 9 questions. And some of these are just topics as well. So yeah, we're just gonna go through these a little bit and try and just take our time with them. Let's see. I gotta pull one up. Okay, my boy Logan said, talk about why you stopped playing sports and took the filming path. So a lot of you might not know this, but I used to play basketball growing up, and I kind of switched up lanes and started doing what I do now, filmmaking. I was never really like a standout player. I mean, I'm like 5'10", I'm white. I wasn't ever super athletic, but I could always get a bucket when I needed to. But like I was never super great at basketball. It was fun. I loved the memories. I loved the things I've learned through it. But I just knew it wasn't me. And yeah, I got into high school. It was probably like my freshman year of high school. I was playing on the team, and I was playing travel at this time too, me and my brother, and I was all right. I wasn't terrible, but I was bad enough to where I didn't get a lot of playing time. And for me at that young of an age, it was super discouraging, and I just hated it. But I stuck it out, and I played the season through. And then that summer I played travel ball, and I actually got really good. And then I told myself I didn't want to come back sophomore year because I didn't enjoy school ball, and I wasn't super close with the coaches, and I just felt like I never had a connection with them. So they just didn't like see my value as a player until after that summer, because I was obviously posting clips of myself playing and whatnot on Instagram. So they saw that I've gotten a lot better. I went to like a couple of the practices, and they really wanted me to play. But I just didn't rock with that, I just feel like if you can't put your time and effort into me when I'm not that great of a player, then don't don't beg for me to be there when I'm decent, you know? So then I kind of transitioned into filmmaking. You know, I was in WTVN, which was Warrior Television Network. It was like a audio video class that my school did, and they were like, "Yo, you're pretty good at this camera stuff," because I like recorded a couple football games for them or whatever, just using their cameras. Had very little knowledge, but they were like, "You're pretty good. Come on this trip with us. We're going to California. It's like a film competition." I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll do it. Why not?" Had nothing better to do. I kind of had like a little bit of an identity crisis because I didn't really know who I was. You know, I grew up playing basketball, and that's all I ever did or knew. So went and did that. Absolutely loved it. And then it kind of just stuck with me from there. My passion really just took off for it. Started investing in my own gear, got really good at it, started staying up on school nights till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, getting 2 hours of sleep, just watching master classes on how to edit, how to use a real cinema camera. Yeah. So that's where kind of like things took off, and I kind of just switched lanes. And then I don't even think I really started to take it seriously and like realize that this is what I wanted to do as a career until I got like probably junior year. I think junior year we took a field trip to Warner Brothers Studios in Atlanta, and I was like, wow, like just the gear and like the environment they work in is just so dope. And like just seeing that like you can make it a career was very eye-opening. And then that was kind of my turning point where I was like, okay, I can do this as a career and I'll make it work. So that's when that's how I took the change and I found my passion, really. Good question, though. Good question. Do you ever feel pressure being the camera guy for so many people? And he put camera guy in quotations. I don't say I'm a camera guy. I say I'm a creative mind. But I love the question. Nah, I don't feel pressure at all, to be honest with you. I know my value when it comes to what I do, and so do other people. Because if they didn't see my value too, then they wouldn't hire me. It's plain as that, really. I mean, there's nothing to it, really. It's just, I know my worth, and I know the creativeness and talent that I have with this camera stuff. And a lot of it you can teach yourself, but a lot of it is also like, it's not something that everybody has. You know, it's kind of just a creative nature with just filmmaking and just the whole process. So I just know where my value lays with that. So I don't ever really feel pressured when I think about how many people I shoot for or like bigger name people I shoot for, nothing like that. I take it with honor, actually, when it's like big name clients, because it's like, wow, it's just a good feeling, you know? What do you think separates your work from other videographers? Staying on the same topic of it, my creativity, you know? Anyone can pick up a camera and press record, but it's really the creative nature behind it that makes people different. And I'm kind of going to answer two in one question right here, because someone else asked, they said, what's one mistake? I think that's what they said. They said, what's one mistake that you see a lot of new videographers make when they first start out? They ride trends, you know, they try and make content based off of other people's content, and I don't like doing that. That's what kind of sets me apart, is I create my own wave. I create my own content just strictly off of my creativity. So yeah. I think my content speaks for itself, and you can kind of see the creative nature behind it if you really just dig deep enough into it and really go look at. I'm telling y'all need to go follow the brand account, but the concepts I posted on there, really go watch those and like really sit there and try and like, you don't have to know anything about film, anything about what I do. Just really sit there and try and break down each clip and like look at what I'm showing you. Like it's a lot different than you'll ever see with anybody else. Like any other videographer, you won't see it. Like I really take time and put time into my craft, and like my creativity is in everything I do, and you'll see it. So I think that's really what sets me apart, is just my creative nature and my creative mind for what I do. It's a lot different. What else we got? Where do you get your inspiration when you feel stuck creatively? Creatively, okay. Um, a lot of my inspiration, I don't really take inspiration from a lot of things. Like I kind of, it sounds stupid, but like I kind of just think of these things. Like when I'm like, oh, let me go shoot this. Like it's really just like I thought of it strictly from my brain. I don't really take a lot of inspiration from things, but when I do get in creative ruts every few months, or just when I've been working a lot or working too hard, not working too hard because there's no such thing as that, but just overloading my brain with creative things, I can get into like a creative rut. Um, and that's when I'll kind of sit back and I'll just watch like movies, really, because that's just one way for me to like study. It's just watching movies, breaking down shots, listening to the audio, looking at like the pacing, just to break. I just break down movies, and doing that, I can find a lot of inspiration. It's like it's almost like a game, I can't like watch a movie now and just watch it and enjoy it. I gotta sit there and break it down and be like, okay, how did they get this shot? How did they do this? Which that's off topic a little bit, but yeah, that's how I get my inspiration, kind of, when I am in a creative rut and I can't really like think of my ideas for myself. I'll take like scenes from movies and I'll try and recreate it with like my own spin to it. Like I just did it recently with the brand shoot for not this shirt, but the red and blue one we have. If you look on the Instagram, I did a shoot with my friend Jared, and he's sitting in the chair smoking. It's a no tobacco cigarette, but he's sitting in the chair. He's smoking the cigarette, and the chair's just in the woods, like just very out of its nature. It's like a school chair. So it's just like an inanimate object, and it's not regular environment, right? And then he's sitting there. He's got the shirt on. His hair's super rough. He's got the cigarette. I'm trying to think what movie I took that from. Maybe it was Dead Poets Society. I think so. I don't know. I just remember a scene, and there was like a teacher sitting on a chair, and he had his feet propped up on the desk, and I was like thinking about it, and I was like, okay, how could I put a spin on that? And then I was like, what if we put that desk in an environment that's not where it would normally be, And then I actually went on Marketplace and was trying to do the shoot the very next day. I was looking for a desk. I was looking for a school chair, and I couldn't find a desk, but I found a chair. So then I was like, let's just roll with it. Let's just do a chair. We'll have your leg propped up on your knee. You'll be slouched over, smoking a cigarette. And that's kind of like where I get that. But yeah, that's a breakdown of how I got that video, and a perfect example of where I got the inspiration for it from. Do you think creativity comes from talent or repetition? Neither, really. I don't think creativity is a talent or repetition. I don't think you get more creative by doing more creative things. I think creativity is naturally inside everybody. And obviously different people have different levels of creativity, Obviously I'm going to have a different level of creativity than someone that's like an artist, like paints for a living, Like that's a different level of creativity. But I think I post about it in my notes all the time on Instagram too, if y'all follow me on there. But like I think creativity comes with like understanding yourself on a different level. It sounds a little stupid, but like I think the more you know yourself, the more creative like your brain will think. You know what I'm saying? So when like a few months ago when I went on that creative getaway, I posted that vlog. I really took that trip just to try and like connect with nature and like just find myself, and the very next day I posted like one of the most like viewed posts I've ever made. Aside from like the one that got like 1 million views, like that one was my most viewed. It was a concept shoot with my boy D-Bay. So yeah, I think creativity is naturally inside everybody. It's not a talent. It's not something you get more of when you practice it. It's just naturally inside of everybody, and it's really just there if you want it. Like a lot of people don't think they're creative, but like they haven't tried to dig like deep enough into themselves or like connect it to like a passion, you know? So like if how do I explain it? If I wasn't a videographer and I didn't know how to draw, I didn't know how to paint, I didn't know how to do anything. I was just like had no style, had no creativeness to me. Then like I'd have no outlet to push that creativity towards. But that doesn't mean I'm not creative. It just means I have no way of expressing it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's naturally inside of everybody, but it's really just if you know how to pull it out of yourself, if that makes sense. Um, biggest. What's your ultimate goal with your career right now? Honestly, it's very hard to explain. Like my ultimate goal. So like for those of you who don't know, I'm in college right now. I'm doing online classes. I'm doing cybersecurity. I would love to graduate next year and be able to live either by myself or in a content house with my friends or a brand house. Do cybersecurity just as quick, easy monthly income, and that'll fund like my whole life for the most part, like expenses, bills, all that. And then essentially anything I make off my creative outlets, the brands, my personal brand, it would be strictly savings or going into just more passion projects. So I think my ultimate goal is really to just live freely, work remote, work when I want, where I want, post when I want, where I want, whatever I want, more like just whatever creativeness I want. Um, yeah, just live free, be able to go wherever, whenever. That's my ultimate goal. Um, there is a materialistic side of things, but that's like the gist of it. I just want to live freely and do what I want. But on a money standpoint, my biggest goals like towards that, um, yeah, I guess just own my own crib, have a nice car or two, and then blow all my money on camera gear. Sounds like a pretty good living. Um, what's your biggest motivation and the biggest goal you're trying to reach? So I just answered that a little bit. My biggest motivation, though, as corny as it sounds, probably myself. I think my biggest motivation is myself. I don't really have too many like things that motivate me in life other than me, if that makes sense at all. Probably not, but um I don't know. I feel like I just set very high goals for myself from a young age. So like if I can just thinking about like my younger self writing down those goals is just motivating to me. So I'd say that's probably my biggest goal, to be honest, is myself, I guess. I don't really know. Um what's a mindset that completely changed the way you approach life? Um that's a hard question. I'm gonna have to quote Jake Gyllenhaal on this. I can't lie. I think it was in Nightcrawler. It was in Nightcrawler that he said this. He said, "Good things happen to those that work their asses off." probably that. I think that really kind of shaped my mindset. That's my favorite actor of all time too, and we can debate it all y'all want in the comments, but you're not changing my opinion. He's not the most versatile actor, but he is one of one for what he does, in my opinion. But yeah, good things happen to those that work their asses off, and I firmly believe that, you know. And I'm not where I want to be yet, but like I am walking proof of that. You know, I've been working my tail off since I graduated, and even before then, for like the past 3 years with creating and filmmaking and everything I do. You know, I've been just trying to do the most I can with what I have and what I do, and I feel like only good things have happened from that for the most part. So yeah, probably that. That's the mindset. I think that's all of them, but let me go see if I got any more. Let's check Snapchat. I posted on Snapchat too. What's your philosophy on dealing with failure? I don't think there's a right way to really deal with failure. I think if depending how you look at it, there's no way to really fail. I think failing is giving up. I don't think you ever really fail till you give up on something, because you know, you can do something over and over and over again, and if you're failing or not achieving what you're going for, then you're only learning lessons, you know? You should be looking at it from a different angle and saying, okay, I did this, how can I change it and have another shot at achieving it, you know? So yeah, I don't think, hold up, I just forgot the question. What's your philosophy on dealing with failure? Yeah, so I don't think there's a way to deal with failure. I think just keep trying and trying and trying till things work. Simple. Because there's no way to fail unless you just quit. That's an interesting question. How do you handle losing friends as you grow or focus on your goals? And I actually just talked about this earlier in the video, so that's interesting. It's honestly the complete opposite. I think a lot of people stopped like rocking with me when I first started doing this stuff, but like for the most part now everyone wants to be like connected with me in some way because they see that I am going to be successful and they want like a piece of that, I guess you could say. So I guess it's the complete opposite in my shoes. I lost a lot of friends at first, but like now I'm not really dealing with that anymore. And even when I was in the beginning, it was like I don't know. I didn't really mind, you know? It was like if you don't rock what I do, then like you don't gotta be here. No one's asking you to be here, you know? As long as I got myself, then who cares? Boom. Be content and happy with having yourself first before you worry about not having anyone by your side. Do you believe everything happens for a reason, or we create our own reasons? Do you believe everything happens for a reason, or we create our own reasons? I think a mix of both. I think everything happens for a reason, like to an extent. I think God has a plan for everybody, but depending on what you do and what actions you take will alter that, you know? It's simple. If this is a very big hypothetical, but say my life plan was to go to college, get a degree, be a doctor, make good money, have a family, and that's the plan God has for me. And then, I don't know, say I run from the cops, and I'm like, nah, that's not a good example. Say I steal a car or something. I don't know. I break the law in some way, like a big way. Or, yeah, we'll just say that. Say I steal a car or I break the law, and I go to jail. Then obviously that's going to alter my plan, right? So I think I think everything happens for a reason, but depending on your actions, you can alter what that means for you, if that makes sense. Yeah. It's kind of like the basketball thing, too. Like, I think everything happens for a reason. Like, I was meant to stop playing basketball and pursue this. And then, like, the things I've done while running these businesses, like those little micro actions have like micro changed the outcome of like where I'm at now, if that makes sense. How do you balance school plus clients plus your own creative stuff? Honestly, shout out Time Tree. It's an app, and I got it on my computer too. But I first of every month I schedule everything. I write down everything. I actually have a calendar on the wall over there too. I write down everything. And I also just have a very good memory of just like shoots when I have to be somewhere, when I have to do this, when I have to do that. So like I'm usually pretty good about doing things. I've only ever missed a client shoot one time, and it's because I literally worked a 12-hour shift the day before, got home, slept for like maybe, I don't know. If I got home and woke up on time to get to the shoot, I would have only had 3 hours of sleep. But I overslept and I missed a shoot. But yeah, I usually have a pretty good memory about when I need to be somewhere. And I have a very good schedule built for me. And the balance of school clients and creative stuff really just comes with like me booking people. I'm fully online with school, so like that's not really a problem. I finish all my schoolwork in like a few hours, like once a week. And then occasionally I'll just bang out like maybe 2-3 weeks of work in advance, so I don't have to worry about it. And as far as like work and shoots, like my brand work, and then because I also work at a restaurant part time, I don't really need to, but I do because it's just extra money for me. I'm only 18, so like any income I can get, I'm gonna take it. But yeah, I have a set schedule. I work 4 days a week, 48 hours. Not 48 hours, like 40 usually. So yeah, I do my schoolwork when I can. I have a set schedule for my work, and then like my actual work, my main source of income, the brand, and then my personal brand, I just build my schedule off of that. So yeah. But yeah, that was the last question. So it was a long gap, but I think my camera's about to die too. So yeah, that was a good little Q&A, I guess. I've never really done one of those before, but it was pretty fun. I'll probably run one of those back in a few weeks, I'm not gonna lie, but probably bring someone on. But yeah, go follow me on Instagram. I am Limit Studios. Go follow the brand Together Created on Instagram. Yeah, I got big things coming, a lot of content coming. Like I said, I'm gonna be posting a lot of different things moving forward. A lot of behind the scenes, a lot more just like real content, just strictly raw, just me, less edited. So yeah, stay tuned for all that, and I appreciate y'all for watching to the end.